Starting today's ab workout with some bicycle crunches. So you're going to set the tummy so the lower back is imprinted in the spine, hands behind your head to support your neck, and making sure that you have a soft peach space under your chin. You're going to open up the elbows in line with the ears and then rotating opposite elbow to knee as you extend the other leg towards the floor, making sure that the lower back stays flat to the ground. You want to try and lift both shoulders off the floor as you rotate through the core. Then placing your hands either side of your hips, you're going to do double crunches. You can also place the hands behind the back if you feel like you need the support. You're going to tuck your knees into your chest, crunching into your tummy to lift the chest towards your knees, and then extending out like a concertina. So you're pressing the feet away from you and then leaning back at the same time, trying your best to balance. You're going to extend the legs up into a V-sit, ideally with straight legs, trying to keep the back nice and flat as well. And then you're going to alternate leg raises through that V-sit. Arms are extended parallel to the ground, shoulders are away from the ears. If you feel like it's too difficult to do the leg raises with straight legs, feel free to bend them. You can tap the heels towards the ground. And if that's too difficult as well, feel free to just take it a couple steps back and work on the V-sit by itself, where you're just going to hold the legs up straight or bent depending on your progression level. Commandos can be done in a straight plank with the legs straight, or you can do it on your knees, whatever your progression is at the moment. Feel free to build it up where you are. You're going to place the hand directly underneath the shoulder and press up. Make sure you get 10 of the reps leading with the right arm and 10 of the reps leading with the left arm. Try and keep your hips as level as possible throughout the motion, so you don't want those hips wiggling from side to side so much, and you also want those hips to be pretty low, not with your bum sticking up in the air. When starting out, you can place the hand a little further forwards of the shoulders, but as you get stronger, make sure the hand is placing directly underneath the shoulders. This next one is a bit advanced, so modify as needed. Ideally, you want to be doing a full push-up, lifting the one knee up to the outside, crunching into that oblique as you bring the knee towards that same side elbow. If you're struggling with this, you can do the Spider-Man component separate to the push-ups, so doing 20 push-ups and 20 Spider-Man mountain climbers. Or if you really need to take a step back, you can do the push-ups on your knees and then do the Spider-Man mountain climbers by themselves and then slowly build them together. For your jackknives, you're going to extend the body and then reach the arms overhead as the legs swoop down to the floor. Keeping that tummy nice and tight, you want to be pulling belly button into spine, trying not to hoist or throw anything around as you do this. So I don't want to see any arching in that lower back as you reach the arms overhead. You're squeezing up into those hip flexors and through that core. If the straight leg jackknife is too difficult, you can do the double crunches that we did at the beginning of the exercise. So basically with the bent knees, and slowly start building up towards straightening out those legs. Bending the knees and placing the feet on the ground for your sit-ups. Feel free to lift the toes up towards the face if it's more comfortable. Again, you don't want to be using too much momentum when you're doing this exercise, so no reaching the arms up and then swinging them forward and feet flying off the ground. You want to be using the core, exhaling as you come up and inhaling on the way down. If you need to use the hands behind the head to support the neck, feel free to do that as well. If you want to get a full back extension at the top, you can do that too by reaching the arms forward and then extending through those shoulders as you reach the arms overhead. But that is totally up to you. Finishing strong with your straight leg raises, you're going to lie flat on your back with your arms stretched out to the sides. Core is nice and strong, flattening out that lower back to the floor, then lifting those legs straight up and down without letting that lower back lift off the ground. If you find this is hurting in the lower back, feel free to bend the knees and tap the heels down to the ground with the knees more at a 90-degree angle. Or if you need something in between those two, or the bent knee one is also hurting, only take the legs as low down to the ground as you're not pulling into the lower back. So even if that means you only go down to a 45-degree angle, slowly start building up and working towards keeping that back flat on the floor.